Now it's time to find out about the pipeline to success. We welcome Amanda Brady, HR for the Director of Whitbread Hotels and Restaurants, and John Forrest, Chief Operating Officer for Premier Inn with one of their apprentices.
Well, thank you very much. Good afternoon. It's great to be here and to be able to be part of telling you the story about the big conversation. You've heard the impact that inspirational work experience can have from Phil. Well, this afternoon, Amanda and I are going to tell you a little bit about the role that apprenticeships play in our business and how we see that as the next step in making sure that we can provide the right skills and training for these young people as they join our business. But I want to start with a story because apprenticeships are nothing new. In fact, our very first apprentice in Whitbread was Samuel Whitbread himself. Back in 1736, at the age of 14, he left a farmer's son from Bedfordshire and went to London and became an apprentice brewer to John Whitman, and the rest is history. So our connection with apprenticeships is long and will continue for as many years, I'm sure. And as we've already seen with Patrick, our targets go up by the hour. He just keeps adding zeros.
Minute.
So what we thought we'd do this afternoon is, from an operator's point of view, set out why I believe apprenticeships are vital. And then Amanda's going to talk you through three things, really. Why build a pipeline for success? How have we been doing it? And what are the results? And then you're going to hear from Hannah in terms of an apprentice-eyes view of the whole piece. So from my point of view, running Premier Inn and the size of business that it is, I'm absolutely clear and I fundamentally believe that our success is totally down to our team members. If we treat our team the way that we want the team to treat the guests, then we're on the first foot to success. But that team needs the skills to be able to be successful. And there is a gap in many of the skills coming into our business, the young people who are joining us. And I believe the apprenticeships are a fantastic way of plugging that skills gap really practically. And from that, it allows us to deliver the promise for our guests night after night, all 19 million of them that our team looked after last year. And from that, we end up with a successful business that's growing and able to create more opportunities for even more young people. And I'm really proud that we're now in a position where we can say that nearly half of all the jobs that we create go to people between the age of 16 and 24, currently not in education, skills or training. But you've heard about why it's important for me as an operator. Amanda, why does it form such an important part of what we do?
So, as John described, I've got three things that I'd like to discuss with you this afternoon. One is why we build the pipeline and why it's important to our business, our apprenticeship scheme today, and the Future Wise programme, that's in partnership with government, and then the results and successes we've enjoyed to date. So firstly, there's an enormous opportunity, as you've heard today, for our sector to fuel its anticipated growth. And we'll need to hire, as a sector, 300,000 additional people between now and 2020. In our context in Premier Inn, we will have ambitious growth plans for the next 4 years where we will open one hotel every 10 days. That means over 1,000 new jobs every year for the next 4 years. And as Patrick described, they go up every minute. So we need to seize every opportunity as an organisation. We need to be able to encourage more people to join us, learn with us, and develop their capabilities with us, enabling us in turn to create the talent pipeline required to turn the new opportunities for our people into our new businesses. However, we all know, and John alluded to that earlier, there's huge disparities in the qualifications and skills of the workforce across the UK, with, in some areas, more than a quarter of the adult population having left school with no qualifications at all. So as a result, like many of you and ourselves within our sector, we're finding it hard to recruit people with the right skills from our own local communities. So we've made a business commitment to make lives better for our teams and the communities through education, employment and opportunities. Now, when I came into this job 2 years ago, what Premier Inn were really good at and what we're really proud of is the quality of work-based learning programmes we were offering to our people. And we still are. But 4 years ago, those individual programs were totally disjointed, which meant although our people were being equipped to do a great job, none of them had the sense of having an opportunity to gain qualifications or a great career ahead of them. The development pathways simply weren't robust enough. So we embarked on a journey, building apprenticeships as part of our learning and development strategy, which would be inclusive and flexible within a development framework. We would build competence and confidence by mapping training programs to nationally recognised qualifications, and would build better ladders and bridges from one learning opportunity to another, and to allow for improved progression. So we now have an embedded in-house apprenticeship model. So we encourage our managers to build their understanding and show them the benefits in skills through the apprenticeship programs. This means every single site we have has a qualified assessor. We've also launched our advanced apprenticeship program this year, and for the first time we will be directly recruiting apprentices with a program designed to take a young person at the age of 16 in 3 to 4 years to become a manager within our business. We're also launching our higher apprenticeship scheme this year, and in the next 2 years, my ambition is to have qualifications available from levels 1 to 7 to include a master's degree available for anyone. So our pledge is to have 1,500 apprentices by 2015. One of the apprentices that we went to see, Athena, said, "I used to come in, do my job and go home. Now I come in, I feel motivated, I feel part of what we're doing here at Premier Inn, and I'm more involved. And I see my managers very differently now. I see my customers differently, and I know I'm making a difference, and I truly do feel engaged." So what is our way forward? With the customer now at the heart of everything we do, and with the focus on winning teams, and our real commitment at governing our approach to being a responsible business, we need to set up a strategic, systematic, sustainable plan to operate at scale and at pace. The WISE programme, which is Whitbread Investing in Skills and Employment, has now been established. So now imagine taking the roof off one of our businesses in any local community and seeing someone from school on an inspiring work experience, telling their parents how great the industry is, learning more about hospitality and the world of work and why skills pays the bills. Imagine you'll see someone on a structured work placement, either from Job Centre Plus, Springboard or the Apprentices Trust, gaining real insight into what it's like to work and preparing them for an interview, whether it's with our business or with another business. Imagine you'll see any of our employees gaining qualifications and improving their maths and English, or an apprenticeship programme as part of their continued development and progression. Or you'll see a college student on an internship, or a graduate who's just starting their career with us and has a great plan for their future. And all of this would be costed, quality assured, monitored and reported centrally, and hardwired into our people strategy and talent dashboard. And it is the way now we will do business. So this is our future reality. This is our WISE programme, which is co-funded by government as part of the UK CES Employee Ownership Skills Project. We welcomed this new approach where employers invest and government contributes. So we know this will drive more ambitious outcomes to promote careers, not jobs, and to offer progression and development with a clear focus on the skills agenda, and it's defined by employers. So the WISE programme has 5 clear projects: engagement with education, promote the hospitality sector as a meaningful career, promoting employment placements, implement a work placement programme in partnership with Springboard, Job Centre Plus and the Apprentices Trust, and to accelerate our apprenticeship programme even further, whilst we're also supporting the growth of our supply chain with access to all of our training material, including our Whitbread Academy. And finally, we'll establish our robust governance, quality assurance and measurement of all this activity to be truly demonstrating the real investment of our focus on our customer heartbeat and our winning team strategy. And finally, what I'd like to share with you is the results. So our team engagement is 10% above the UK norm. We have created career opportunities for everybody within our business, unique to them, and we've seen an 80% internal succession rate. Since the launch of our apprenticeship scheme, we've seen 700 people go through an apprenticeship and 411 last year. We've delivered 6,500 qualifications, and we've got over 500 people on our apprenticeship programme today. We spent £4.3 million on management training and development, and 29% of our first level Shooting Stars management development programme have been on a Whitbread apprenticeship. 50% of all of our new jobs have been first entry roles, and they've come from the NEETs population. And we've won a number of awards. So I'd like to now hand over to John to wrap up this session.
So where do we go from here, further down the pipeline? Well, I think you've heard why we believe this is really important. And for me, it's about making sure that apprentices are a part of our future. We're talking about, as you've heard, creating careers, not just jobs, about giving people skills that are for transferring throughout their life, not just for the first job that they may take with you. There are many routes to apprenticeship. It's open to all. You can have an embedded model like ours if you're of a scale that can support it, or you can work independently through Springboard or other organisations providing support through independent providers. It's not difficult, and it's not difficult for the team either to get their apprenticeship. It's about really recognising the training they're already doing. So to hear it from the apprentices' point of view, please welcome on stage Hannah Manderson.
Hi. So my journey with Whitbread really started when I was about 17 years old. I was working part-time for one of the Brewers Fair restaurants they have. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go from that. For more experience, I decided to head over to the Premier Inside and get a bit better insight through there. I was there for about a year, still wasn't really sure where I wanted to go from there. So my manager at the time suggested going for the apprenticeship course, so I had a little look at it and I decided, yeah, go for it. About a couple of months later, I had a new cluster manager introduced, and he decided that while I was on the apprenticeship course, it would be good to get me a more experience with administrative role. So I've moved to a much bigger site to complete my course. On completion of the course, I was then promoted to a Premier Inn team leader, and I'm now currently running my own site at a Premier Inn Croydon South. The course itself, I mean, it gave me so much more experience and opportunities that I probably would never have received otherwise. A big benefit to me now, not only have I got skills and a nationally recognised qualification, I can also help out with my team. I now have an apprentice in part of my team, and I can give her the guidance and help that she needs to get her to say to herself, you know, what do I want to do in my future? I think one of the big things for me that really changed my decision on what I wanted to do was it took a day job really to a career, and I'm not just sitting there every day, you know, thinking, oh, what can I do with my time? I'm doing something, and I'm just making a difference really to everything I do. So that's about it.
Well done. Brilliant. Thank you. So in conclusion, if you needed any more evidence of the difference that helping young people and delivering apprenticeships can make, I think you've just seen it in Hannah. If you take the opportunity and make a pledge, you really can change those young people's lives. Thank you for your support.